Towards the back of Bomb Train.
Shots out through the smoke. Zeus not able to do much about it. Has to hold off behind the train. Does now peek to find Azza. Good damage on the second as well. That's Jacob. He's down to 10. Simple still sits with 79. He's able to transfer over to the top of the tanker. That gives him some vision inside of the site. And Edward and Electronic give him tons of room, tons of confidence. And they'll just go after Leas directly. He gets the shot himself. And it is going to be 1-0 for NaVi. I say NRG's been waiting to play. That's not to forget their opponents. It's Fnatic that's been waiting as well. Both of those completely remove itself before going in. Good Molotov. Incendiary, rather. Won't let them transfer to the bomb site so easily. The bumpers have gone down the lane behind him, and no one's watching that, so he's actually just sitting in between them. He was not aware. He won't be pleased about that, Zeus. He'll have expected his team to have taken a stance to not allow them to get so much ground. They're going to get a bomb plant, and they're already so far forward, holding onto the UMP with 2 kills. This could be Renegades stealing one back from NaVi instead. Electronic does see one high, but that gives away that he's there, which means he can't sneak up toward the bomb, and it's going to draw a lot of attention his way on 22 HP. He's even thinking about getting out. At least back off. Let Simple and Edward do the challenge instead, and you're right, no kit, no time. They might just back off this altogether. They'd have to be on it the next 5 seconds. Simple just wants to make it expensive. He'll run forward, but it's done.
Yeah, not the same symptom of the save that we saw earlier in the day, but it will be a save. Oh, Leas not going to get away with his life, so the damage is done. So this time around, NaVi stayed to take away guns. Against Ents, I'm sure it was on later rounds when they actually were rifle v rifle, but they didn't want to give away. Yes, they're going to have to deal with this.
Wow. Yeah, that looked like a pretty straightforward kill. It bounced all over the place on him.
They expect to see him, considering his form today, converting those. Just to be able to get him down. The Molotov is too late, so he's picked that up. And with Jacob's low HP, any of the weapons on the board right now can it eliminate him from this round. Renegades have 3 players postured over towards team A, and Leas is jiggle peeking to cover Ivy. Gratisfaction and Azza are stacked on up on the bin and on the ground, so they can cover any main pushes, and they can also throw grenades from here, because those late round scenarios for Renegades, we did see it was against FaZe. Remember, they were winning 3-on-5 situations. They were winning a lot of rounds that maybe they shouldn't. I don't think NaVi are going to give them the same avenue in. They have to be cleaner on their rounds, that's for sure. So I think what it looks like is going to happen is going to be a fake towards inside with JKS and Jacob. And then the remainder of players from Renegades are going to come through T middle. Gratisfaction's about to throw flashes over the top of main. They're going to go through this smoke, I think. They have to.
Words. Wow. Hits. But wants to fight. Electronic is fighting, and so too is Flamey. As a 23 wants to go back for the bomb. JKS 58 wants to make sure that that's possible, but can't really get overly aggressive. Electronic realizes that they have the upper hand with the HP. He'll back off, spots another. They rotate back out to Pop Dog. Okay, now interestingly, bomb actually got thrown to JKS. He can still make the run. 11 seconds. I think he gets there. Okay, no, you're right. Electronic's perfectly positioned. Done. That was all called. As soon as depends on where the smokes are, depends on where the defenders are. If there's someone at the back tracks, obviously you're going to pull a hard right and go inside the site. If there's someone there, maybe you go the other way. They've elected to split this 3-2. Outside is the goal. Electronic waiting on the half wall. I call it the half wall because he's halfway toward Pop Dog and outside the to watch out A main. Simple gets the first, but he drops after. You're right. Around the lobby, Jacob's got a shot back. Edward gets the important kills, and there was only 7 seconds. They wouldn't have had the comfort to plant them.
In play, Jacob will actually have a Zeus. Down Pop Dog he goes.
That's bold. That's aggressive. You want to take a Zeus down Pop Dog? Simple's got JKS. A pretty straightforward round. I think all 5 should even stay alive at this rate from this range. Electronic takes Gratisfaction down and gets behind it, but doesn't commit to the wall. Good thing as well, because the shots came back in from Electronic. Simple still waits out in front of the site as well with the AWP.
So they want to go sunny side. That smoke right there means they can boost on over, but they walk into the op of Simple.
First, then Edward follows it up. Flame Dogger can go back to the smoke. Leas is in the open.
Easy as you like.
And he and Electronic
right now by floating around the map and trying to isolate Jules. There's lots of places to use deagles. The meat cleavers could be dangerous.
That's fortunate. Through the smoke, gets Jacob down. Needs will do this time damage. None at all. Either increase the radius or get rid of the particle issue with nades. I suppose that Astralis shows us that they're still relevant. They've brought them back in. There's been a lot more damage done by nades lately. But I still think they could be better. Like, that is the weakest nade. If I could have any nade, I'd rather have a smoke, a flash, or a Molotov.
Well, if you have a design purpose for it, like where you do a tactical nuke with the team, then yeah, it makes sense, right? But I agree with you in the sense that if you can make it so that if a grenade doesn't completely stifle its damage, if it lands as a step, and they're only what, you know?
Yeah, right beside it, but all the damage goes into the the right angle of the stairwell. Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
JK's very direct on this. He's just going searching for frags.
Oh! Good find at least, though, by JKS. Yes, Simple gets a fast trade, but at least he got away with one walking out upper while Simple was in transition, because it could have cost him very much. Jacob has Simple down. Good position, you're right. It was already inside of the site. That's going to clear B and allow the rotation for the bomb. Electronic, it may seem like he's fast on the flank, but it's still a long corridor. And honestly, they'll be watching for the pop dog flank anyway, so it might just be best to back off on this from the NaVi side, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. There's one. 3 kits. 1 smoke. 2 flashes, and incendiary, but
it is the same.
Yeah, they've already pretty much decided that.
But this time they even said Simple there to make sure that this couldn't happen. It was a different approach. It wasn't the same thing that Ents were doing, which was just a flash or 2 and then pop down the low ramp or pop out the high ramp. It was actually just really good timing.
Does Liaz do what I used to do?
Liaz?
Yeah. I think he does what I used to do when I used to play. It's when he's like peeking around the corner to the right, he'll move his whole head to the right as if it's going to change his POV.
Dodging flashes.
Catch them. Thought they were sneaky. They thought they were clever with the nade, and they're going to go for the totem. Totem with a pre-flash. Pre-flash to the stairs? What's that intention?
He did it to bait the
noise. To bait the noise, exactly. He wanted him to look away.
It's coming in.
But now they both have to deal with the fact that Electronic was going to re-arrive. Gratisfaction was already turned away waiting for a flash. That one didn't work out for him. Didn't bounce it out. But that's quite clever. Just bounce it once just to force him to look away. It doesn't blind them at all as a result, and they drop down with full vision.
Yeah, definitely the next iteration of the mind games of the totem drop. But Simple still has low ramp control, and here he can light one up. Dropping back, the call will come in. They have to pedal.
Oh, what? He got that through the edge of the train. That is such a tight angle, and he pulls it off.
It's a multi-frag from here. Oh, Hazard just got shot at by a teammate. So a little bit interesting going on right now.
Nice nade. Nice nade. He takes all of it.
Have to do better there.
So much damage, though. That's the one thing that still works for them. Jacob's on 48. The other 2 are bleeding out, especially Liaz. He's on 3. Does that matter against an AWP? Apparently not either way, because Simple hits the shot.
Look at him go. He knows they're close too.
Flashes, absolutely does. Misses it though, because as it crouches, as he was lining up for the body shot, but the 2 kills follow anyway for NaVi, and for their sake, they'll find their 8th.
Looking real good for NaVi right now. Definitely none of that saving mentality that we saw going on earlier. They want to fight for all these rounds, and then do it again, bro. See how many times you can get away with it.
Jason once made me unbind it because it got me killed. I kill someone, I instantly quick switch as a
4
little
times.
celebration. It's 5 in my count.
I blinked.
6. At least he's got the gun ready, but Zeus still wins it. Even with the dink, he will get traded out.
2 inside already, though. The rotations come through. Simple's going to be there well and truly in time.
Oh, didn't get the shot, but Flamey's down below is ready for it. They now know he's there, and they'll look that direction. Very spammable is that school.
No smoke.
Simple. Gone. Thought he could get the cross. He actually gave himself up to Gratisfaction. And even though there's no smokes, that goes both ways, because now they're going to walk in against the AWP, which is looking towards that connector. Might just back out of this again. They are a little bit lower in the money now. They don't have up toward 10K. They've got 3K on Electronic.
Yeah, will be the save. So I just got the information in from Maniac now. He's given me a very simplified version because, first of all, I'm not very smart. Second of all, we don't have all the time in the world. But there's a theory is that in the history of mankind, you would presumably eat when you're in a safe situation, right?
Right, okay.
And
or if you're hungry.
From that, he said that's only one factor in the complex chemical situation, though. So there's a lot here. But anyway, we're digging into like a very face value situation. So they can't control Olaf. There's going to be 3 players pinned in towards Team A for Renegades right now. So they want to pounce out of this position. JKS is going to come through the pop dog. Gratisfaction is going to throw some nades over the top and then be the overseer with it all through. They come the flash. Electronic completely blind.
He's hit another shot as well. Things are falling apart. Simple's doubled up. Flamey doubles down. Faction with the AWP and the bomb against 3 players. Minute 15 to work with. No one's staring at him just yet, so he's actually going to transfer across to where I don't think they're going to expect him. They won't think that he's at Pop Dog. They're going to think he's still out towards Sandwich. The scope prohibiting his vision. That's going to cost him in the end, surely. Because Flamey was in a regular field breeze over that one. But it puts him on 72.
So right now, Liaz has not forward position at Ivy, but he has a position to potentially flank out late. Jacob can come late pop, but Electronic is still holding up close and personal. So he's going to think better of it and walk on back through to meet up with Azza towards Team Main. Gratisfaction now over towards Ivy with Liaz. The UMP of Azza, it has a short life on it. After he clears main, then he needs to get out and get close. So he might have to actually wait because he's going from this position alone. Jacob is coming over towards Ivy 2. There's a timer on the smoke that Edwards just put down, and they're creeping forward. They're actually playing more passive as well, so they want them to push out here. They want to set up the crossfire once the territory has been taken. Lots of nades right now for Renegades, but the time is the problem. 20 seconds left. They're leaving this one down the wire.
Simple on top of the bomb. Here's the noise behind. He all the attention to Ivy. Blind. Doesn't matter. Magic wands.
Wait, Zeus from behind. He can stop the plan.
He could. He got it down just in time, and the kill came play dense. That's why I'm still thinking, because they played them on train.
We had a lot of games going down today here, but the clock is ticked low again.
Dink on the second player. The MP9 does a massive amount of damage. That gives them a chance. Inside of the site, he is also down. The low HP may not matter. JKS found one further, but now I think it's all too far gone. 7 seconds, no time to plant. As the hoe knows where they all are. They got a second one on it. 10-4.
A win over
Oh, I just missed.
The alligator's out for Jacob with the pickup. You love it.
Hey, got that back from Edward.
Not so easy to use on the T side.
Saw an alligator compound in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico recently. It's where they put all the unruly ones. And there was probably 14, 15, I would say probably actually closer to 20, just literally on the other side of a chain link fence.
Well, this
staring
is
at us.
This is quick towards inside. Simple's missed. Can he get a second? Yes, he can. Will be dinked up in the process. Oh my God!
Yeah, absolutely he can. Bomb stays on the deck, 10 HP, and he's already communicating that one's crossed over. Surprisingly, though, Electronic really got caught out by that. Still close the half on 11-4. Waiting out for it. Drop in. JKS gets the first shot. Knows they're working up the sidewalk. Fortunately for him, taken down by Flamey. And already with the plant coming in, they watch the flank by way of Simple. He's got the P250 to work with. Range still favoring inside of the site directly. Aside from Edward picking up the USP, the CTs who start their way back around. Gratisfaction has the kit. He's got to be a little bit careful. Closer he dives to the bomb, I suppose, less the issue. Now it's behind the train. They'll have to pick that back up immediately. Otherwise, if they continue pushing forward, they have to go backwards to get it as it gets Flamey. Kit's not picked up yet.
They didn't get it.
And Simple's going to have to wrap around. You're absolutely right. They didn't pick up the kit, which is a problem. If they did it while fighting, they might have given themselves a chance. They haven't. It's a 1-on-2. Jacob still gets the shot, but I think the time's gone.
Good shots, but
he can't get there. Yeah, if he had had the kit on the way up, maybe they could have fought more aggressively to try and get it defused, but there it is. He picks it up now.
That's down to 49 points of health. Arguably has the strongest weapon, depending on how much stock you put in that Famis. Towards Ivy, that's a tag. That's not only a tag, that's a headshot.
Electronic wants to get back in and work with that. Headshot tag need. Wombo combo. Jacob just checking out A main.
So Electronic is probably going to lurk late here from Ivy, and the rest of the players are going to go towards the inside bomb site. So he has two options in this scenario. Go really late and play the post plant and try and be the clutch factor, or go early to make sure that players have to remain on this outer site. Liaz is the first player he's going to have to deal with. And once again, Electronic in the smoke looking at the ground. They've seen him do it time and time again. And he gets the better of Liaz.
Yowzes. All he could see was his gun and his... That was enough. Doesn't get taken off. Dinked up at least, I think, at the first shot. And as a headshot for the kill. That one does.
And they rotated.
Finds Gratisfaction. You're absolutely right. However, Azza is still over here. Tag on the first. Edward drops in. Flamey finds JKS. I think NaVi's finding their 13th round, if you ask me. Jacob is on the flank. Bomb's planted, though. Andrew ready enough, let's say. Because they don't get the kill, but it gives everyone the information. There will be no element of surprise for him.
Main here, posturing with the AKs. They know they can take the jewels against the lack of strong pistols. Edward will find the first, and now they're just barreling out to the yard. I assume the rest will follow. NaVi are looking great.
Flamey sneaking in. Has it though, JKS hanging on nade damage. Kill as well, Dink. On to Flamey, re-peek, picks him a while. They peeked from Z Connector while that was happening. He wouldn't quite been ready to fight, I don't think, in that situation. But Liaz is now the last alive, and he's limited. He's held off by way of fire and flame. Simple,
Wants the AK.
Yeah, has given him a gun. Potentially. He's still going to get around the corner and get to it. Bomb's not planted. It'll do so now. That should actually give Liaz the confidence to try and wrap it and grab the AK because he knows they're busy. And he doesn't really need to sit in the open right now. He can just go pick that up.
Very worried about these close corners. Will eventually get the AK. Now the question is, does he want to play for the future rounds or does he want to try and be a clutch element?
Downed by Electronic.
Good crack at it though, to be fair. He put a lot of Electronic low. If it came down to the one, if anybody making their way towards the cutout. Oh, they did. They offered it up. Liaz, after the opening kill, he's going to get taken down. So now it is a 4-on-4 situation.
There's no money built up for Renegades yet. It's only been 3 rounds.
They're going back towards inside for this hit anyway. Flamey's the only one staying over towards team main. JKS playing a retake style towards the inner bomb site. He's not close enough to spot for info, so this is going to have to be Renegades getting back into the round. They don't have a defuse kit, so if they give up the site early...
What are they doing? Simple, wanting the bomb or telling him to get rid of it, Zeus?
Flames close for a kill here.
Yep, he's got it as a down. I thought maybe Azza might get him if he stepped wide, but the Flames meant that Flamey wasn't actually going to go too far with that. Jacob's still underneath the pop dog. No one putting pressure onto him right now, and the fact that Flamey is behind, though, he's not far enough forward. Look at the work Flamey's doing. They're going to take this bomb B. Rotation's already gone through CT. This is a fantastic round. He's still lurking. Can still control Z Connector. Gratisfaction gets a shot onto him, but that's not good enough. Nade falls shy of the mark. Won't take him down, and he's bought so much time. This is over.
This
15. This
over.
is series point.
This is done. It doesn't even matter now for these two holding on to this. We saw the same situation over on Inferno. The fact was they'd given up so many rounds to just battle back into it. It's not possible. NaVi are a class act. I don't want to be all doom and gloom. I don't want to make this seem like it is... Actually, yeah, I do want to make it seem like it is an impossibility. Because if Renegades come back, in spite of what I'm saying right now, it's even more impressive.
Exactly. People always say that about Henry and I when we say, this round's done. Well, anything can always happen. And if it does, it highlights how impressive and improbable it actually was.
I've got a new term for those people. Just slowly trickling in now for Renegades.
That's frustrating for Gratisfaction. He just rotated over in that direction, and they went forward. He gets smoked off upper. He can't shut them down, but JKS can. He'll sneak back into the tanker. Good shot. Electronic. Good night, Zeus. Gratisfaction. Backs off, though, and didn't know Edward was that far up. With the Opera now down. Shotgun, 2 Augs, 2 kits. Smoke and 2 flash.
Jacob has a shotgun. Retaking from Connector becomes impossible. Liaz needs to get a kill so we can pick up an AK.
They need to speed it up. They do have the flank coming in. Liaz is gone. Jacob, he might be as well. 2 HP. Azza's going to be the one on the flank, and they're going to realize it. They're going to clear out everywhere else. It's a matter of a process of elimination, and they will eliminate Renegades. Simple with the final kill, just as the last map, and it's 16-4 in the end.
Well, NaVi with 6 maps on the...